As we leave Pittsburgh behind us on the Great Allegheny Passage Trail toward Cumberland, we will be traveling alongside the Monongahela River as we continue through Steel Valley. This section of the trail includes the last segment that was built in 2013 to connect Pittsburgh, PA to Cumberland, Maryland. This video will take you from the Hayes Bald Eagle Nest viewing area to past the pump house. The Waterfront is this area in between. The Gap Trail travels through the Waterfront shopping area, which officially opened in 1999. Take your time to see some historic landmarks along this stretch. You can see the areas lined by trees along the river and on the other side by active rail lines that separate the rest of Homestead PA on the hillside. The shopping area in between was once home to the Homestead Steelworks from 1883 until the 1980s. This view is from around 1960, and these vent stacks still stand today. When it started in the 1880s, the mill was two smaller industrial areas on either end of Homestead. The residential area in between was called the Ward, which was home for over 5,000 people. During World War II, the mill needed to expand and the homes were leveled. The tracks seen here remain in use today. In the 1990s, redevelopment of the defunct mill converted the land into what you see today. As you begin to approach the waterfront, you will first notice a favorite spot where photographers gather to capture images of bald eagles on the hill to the right. Shortly after the eagles, you will encounter some road barriers to navigate, which is a clue you are getting near the waterfront. Passing by the water park on your left, and the trail will seemingly end onto a roadway. I would suggest crossing the road here and taking the sidewalk, as it is safer given all the traffic. Head toward the 12 tall vent stacks that will be in front of you. These were originally used by a 45-inch mill to equalize the steel ingots' internal and external temperatures to above 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and they remain as a historical reminder of the era when Pittsburgh produced 1/3 of the nation's steel. The trail will turn left, staying on the sidewalk. You could take a short detour and go up to the vent stacks by going straight. Shortly after the turn, be cautious with the traffic going in and out of the parking lots. As you approach two hotels on the left, take a look in between them, and you will see a giant gantry crane that was used by the mill. If you plan to stop at the shopping area for food, drink, or a restroom break, then you will want to stay straight on the sidewalk and take the small pedestrian bridge to cross over the road. If not, it's best to veer left into the parking lot to avoid having to take your bike down steps or a narrow corridor. The Gap Trail is a hard left turn just opposite the bridge, and it will be crushed limestone for a little while, but it will be a nice ride along the Mon River to your left. Keep an eye out for some goats along the riverbank. The trail will come out to the road, and it'll be a bike lane on the left side of the road. After you cross under the railroad bridge, you may want to stop at the pump house on your left. This brick building was used to pump 7 million gallons of water a day for the Carnegie Steel Company. It is also the site where striking steel workers battled the Pinkerton strikebreakers who were coming in via the river on July 6, 1892. 10 men lost their lives, and the Pinkertons surrendered, but it wasn't peaceful. 8,000 Pennsylvania National Guard had to be called in. The end result was elimination of unions in the industry for about 40 years. Continuing on the trail, follow the bike lane around the industrial area, and it will end at a parking lot entrance. The trail is directly ahead, paved, and will be more secluded for about 5 miles until you arrive at McKeesport. The next video will take you along those 5 miles. I hope you found this informative and helpful. You can read more about the area at the links in the description below. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and consider subscribing.